Good morning guys, thank you for joining us here. Parkgate Leisure, give us a thumbs up if you like these videos. This morning we are looking at an Auto Trail Mohawk. Now a Frontier Mohawk. And this video, before people start saying, oh, show us the bed and show us this video is not about that. This video is about how to use it. So we're going to start off near the hab door on the outside and work our way around. So gas low, freshly fitted on this. You need to take this cap off, and that's your fill point. Again, lots of people start whinging, oh, it shouldn't be fitted in a gas locker. I don't believe there's any rules about having it fitted in a gas locker, and I got to say, in the sort of 20 years of using gas low myself, never have I been stopped at a station from opening the gas locker to fill it. But there you go, we've all got our opinions. Diesel, lock-in, don't need to open the door, and the release valve for that door is just there. See how that just pops out when you pull the lever. Moving round the van, nothing else to note on this side. Okay, round here we've got the twin battery system, this pop-up locker, and we've also got the electric hook up there, and there's your wastewater. So when that lever on the side there is in line, facing that way, the lever is, the wastewater's open and it will drain. When it's horizontal, it's shut. So there you go. Fridge vents here. There's winter covers to go on these if necessary. You've got a shower outlet there for plugging in a shower. We've got two drains there for the fresh water. I think that's fresh water and boiler. And there's your freshwater fill point. Spare wheel tucked away in there. We've got rear steadies. There's a removable rear tow bar. The tow hitch is in this door, just in that box there. There's your water pump and your drain valve. That dumps the water out of your boiler, your hot water boiler. So important to remember to dump that in winter, or when you're going to park it up for a while, and not leave a load of water in there. Set of external screens for the front of the van that wrap round. There's your awning windy handle and your rear steady handle. Never used rear steadies on mine. Lots of people like to, lots of people don't. There's your rear windy handle. Oh sorry, your rear windy handle. That's your canopy handle. Your canopy's up there. Remember, when you're putting these out, guys, wind it out as short a distance as possible, get the legs down, then carry on cranking and wind it the rest of the way out. That's your boiler gas exhaust. So if you don't take, you must take that cover off when you're using it. If you forget, your boiler won't work. Cassette toilet, lift the little pulley, away you go and empty it somewhere responsible, put it back in. And that is a gas outlet, so if you're into your barbecuing, etc., that's where you'd plug that in. It's a nice little touch, isn't it? Little Frontier light on there. Anyway, into the van. I'm not going to say there's dual controls, but here is your sort of your charge unit, etc., and you can turn things on and off on here. It's worth just being aware that this is here because you've got various trips, various fuses. There's a list of what they all do in there as well. But that's the sort of behind the scenes control board that you shouldn't really need to use, but if this one over here were to fail, you can use that one over there. So this, you've got your freshwater tank low. Okay, we kind of know that, but this one is where all of your information is. That's your main turn it on and off. That is your water pump, turns your water pump on or off. That's your lights. That is some of your internal lights. I think that's your awning one. This flicks between leisure and habitation batteries. Obviously your habitation batteries is what you would run from on a normal basis, but if you were absolutely flat and desperately needed to, I don't know, run a sink of water or something, you could use the habitation battery for a short period of time to do that. Obviously you run the risk of flattening that and not being able to start your vehicle. Shows you your levels here. The upside of it is that when you are plugged into mains, if you select your engine battery, then that charger unit that we've just looked at will actually charge your engine battery, not your habitation ones or your leisure. So this side you've got that light switch is these recessed ones around the top, but the basics over here, this is your hot water, giving you a temperature that you can set your hot water to, be it 50 or 70. That runs on gas. You'll be able to hear the little gas heater start. Again, that's where you've got to take that cover off outside. This is your heating on electric, so that is 500 watts, 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatts. It runs on 230 volts. If you're running on 2 kilowatts and you've got the microwave, kettle, hot plate, various other things on, you do run the risk of tripping your electric, but you would select it like that, and then you would select your internal temperature with this. So you also have gas heating. That electric heating comes out over here. There's electric bars inside that fire, and on this side is your blown air. So with the outer ring, I'm going to swap hands here. With the outer ring, that's off, automatic, manual. That speed you're setting the fan with this gauge here. And that's really slow, and that will pull the heat off the back of this and blow it out of these little holes that are dotted at, well, holes, vents that are dotted around the van, in the bathroom, the bedroom, etc. So that would be electric heat from here, and then distributing it via the blown air system if you wanted to. And on this side is the gas. So you turn that round, press it down, you'd hear it stop clicking when it was lit. Again, that would then be a gas fire, and again you could then use the blown air side of it to distribute it around your van. You can run it on both 230 volt heating and gas at the same time, so if it's super cold when you first get in your van, run it on both, get it up to temperature. If it's free electric, turn your gas off and let it just run on electric after that. But there you go, we will have just a quick glance around this lovely van. Aircon in the cab, cruise control, I'm sure you guys will be able to work out how to use that. Drop down TV here, there's a remote for it there. Again, we've already mentioned that Sergeant unit up there. So we'll now move on to the fridge. So the fridge, very self-explanatory, there's an on button there. You would then select, it's beeping on gas because there isn't any. Mains, it's going to go, yep, that's fine, we're up and running. 12 volt beeping again because the engine's not on. It will only run on 12 volt with the engine running. Let me just repeat that for you because we get lots of questions about this. Your 12 volt supply to the fridge comes directly from the engine, so you cannot park up in a field and run it on 12 volts. If you're in a field with no hookup, you're running it on gas. Like so. You're running it on gas, provided you've got some. But we're on hookup now, so there you go. Fridge nicely lit up, etc. And then there's your off button. I think we've covered pretty much everything there. Microwave up there, I'm sure that's self-explanatory. Oh yes, little gem, there's one more down here, look, tucked away just there by the bed is your 240 volt or 230 volt as it says, electric hot water. So you've got again a sort of 40 degree setting that way, 40-50 degree, and that will be more like a 60-70 degree setting. Don't turn it on if there's no water in your van. That's like turning an empty kettle on. Yes, it'll trip and it'll do no damage, but I'm sure if you did it 10 times in a row you wouldn't expect your kettle to keep working. So don't expect your electric water heat to keep working. Access to your garage there. There's your fridge vents that we mentioned earlier for winter, your winter covers. There we go. You've got your light switches at the back here. There's your freestanding table tucked away. There's your TV stand. There we go. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up, give us a like, and enjoy your new van, guys. Thank you very much.